coming up shortly. It's time now for the Peter Channel New News Report on this Wednesday afternoon, July 6, 2016. Good afternoon, buddy. I'm Peter Wiggins and I are 12 noon news headlines. Top story at 12 on this Wednesday is the U.S. Justice Department's Division will be the late investigating shooting of Alton Swin in Louisiana. Oscar Pistorius, a double amputee Olympian discarded judges of Audio was sentenced on Wednesday to 6 years in a South African prison for the murder of girlfriend Reva Steenkamp, room viewed by some as too lenient. Want to know why 2/3 of Americans do not consider Hillary Clinton trustworthy? We watched pretty much a public comment she made about her email use over the past 16 months and then watched James Come's speech yesterday. Washington, about 8,004 U.S. troops remain in Afghanistan when President Obama's term in office ends in January. Obama said Wednesday far more than 5,500 he previously promised. Chilcott report reopens wounds for relatives of fallen British soldiers. By now, everyone is aware that Donald Trump warded off the message Tuesday night and told an audience in Raleigh, North Carolina that Saddam Hussein for all since killed terrorists. Private Muslims around the world are celebrating the Eid al-Fitr holiday, a time for family and feasting to mark the end of the holy month of Ramadan and its daytime fasting. Washington, United States sanctioned top North Korean officials on Wednesday, including leader Kim Jong-un for what it said was notorious abuses of human rights. As Belgium celebrating the end of Ramadan, many have struggled to comprehend a wave of attacks that killed 350 people across several countries during the holy month of raised the what drives the militants to be even more spectacular. Syrian rebel alliance agreed to a 3-day countrywide ceasefire announced by the Syrian army on Wednesday, and all those fighting their attacks continued. Baghdad, the death toll. France, Sunday suicide bomber in Baghdad book. Marco Rosa, 250 Iraq self-ministry confirmed Wednesday. However, Zimbabwe, teachers, doctors, and nurses are among the thousands of government workers in Zimbabwe on strike to protest over high wages. Seoul, North Korea discharge water from reported them the second time in only 2 months without giving prior notice to the south. Moscow, Russia, Pavel Astov, who came to the international troika, supported law banning foreigners from adopted Russian children is to leave his post. A teenager tried to run over a police officer's wall of his car before leading to a multi-state chase at 40 descent in Salem, New Hampshire. Sabsco, no jackpot winning ticket was sold in the list, making millions drawn, including the department of NSB, $508 million, lottery officials said. Charleston, South Carolina, defense attorneys are asking if a federal case against the man suspected shooting and killing 9 black parishioners during the Bible study to be dropped, arguing it is unconstitutional. Washington, FBI Director Committee expected to testify before the House Oversight Committee about his agency's recommendation not to prosecute Hillary Clinton. Charlotte, North Carolina, the Justice Department is asking a judge in North Carolina's House Bill 2, which mandates state employees use British drugs for the sex day at birth. The SBA now, our payer, losses the late morning trade on Wednesday is robust economic data to recover the oil prices up, eliminating investor concern about a global economic slowdown. Unions fight that a working man in actors counterbalance to the power of the capitalists, and there's no reason why someone should not be able to avail themselves of such union protections that right of association is important to freedom. U.S. stocks a little change on Wednesday as drug companies trade higher and form utility companies slip. Investors slip down on bombs, keeping yields on long-term. Treasury notes near all-time lows. The earnings outlook for American Airlines, United Airlines, and Delta Airlines now appears gloomier than most forecasts. Iran Arey, Russia's new 2U air aircraft missile defense system have erupted Sunday, as the military district state media reported Wednesday. Washington, Lockheed Martin has been awarded a $20 billion U.S. Air Force contract modification for engineering change proposals on the C-130J Super Hercules. In Attleboro, a pocket ban on Beagle Club Road has been imposed because of rowdy non-residents who park on private property, walk driveways, litter, and allowed while visiting Manchester Reservoir. The ban was put into place last week when, after Mayor Kevin Dumas, Police Chief Kyle Hagney met with homeowners whose frustrations boiled over after enjoying bad weather since the weather turned warm. As abandonment temporarily will be lifted after Labor Day, when there will be fewer people who want to access the restaurant to trail dirt for dog walking, hiking, and biking, the chief said. Misbehaving in a small neighborhood in the dead-end Beagle Club Road become a recurrent problem in recent years. Last blow 2014 with a populous city for known as the Ben's all access reservoir except for residents with fishing licenses. Mansfield, from making restaurants back to the answer to complaints about wandering wildlife, the buck has stuck for the past 31 years with Scotland as he is retiring after 31 years on the job as Mansfield Health Agent. Boston, the state's highest court was cleared away for a question that calls for legislation of recreational marijuana in Massachusetts on the November ballot. Researchers at CER are preparing and available the data from the Large Hadron Collider after high-ends and 3 years of confirmation of the existence of Higgs boson. NASA's Juno mission on Jupiter shows just how amazing they are in space travel. 2 abundant predators are picking young duck-billed dinosaur out of the earth while the giant consular held Zeppelin soars overhead. Artists' impression that NASA New Horizons spacecraft encountered a Pluto-like object in the dense Kuiper Belt. Santos, Brazil. Jacqueline Silva Oliveira sits at the edge of bed holding her 6-month-old son Lucas. He scrubs her arms before he finally screams out hungry and demanded milk. As one Zeke Katrina back to celebrate, the other doesn't. But why? Senevai has formed a partnership with the U.S. Army and expanded research and development of an experimental Zika vaccine that has shown on promise in early laboratory studies and a few candidates that can be tested in humans. It's a fascinating experiment that brings together Google's artificial intelligence division and one of the world's leading centers on the treatment of eye conditions. The Obama administration is taking additional steps to fight prescription opioid inherent abuse nationwide, even as it pushes lawmakers' approval. $1.1 billion new funding before the summer recess. Alright, now look at your studies. The Dow up 31.9 points at 17,832.57. SP 5 up 5.6 points at 2,094.15. And Nasdaq up 29.13 at 4,852.03. European market stacks 159.35, down at 93.73.26. FTSE 6463.59 at 81.78. CAC down 70.12 at 4,085.30. Asian markets. Nikkei down 29.34 at 15,378.99. Shanghai up 10.71 at 3,017.10. HSI down 2.55 at 43 at 20,495.29. Oil markets up 10 cents at 46.70. Brent 47.98 up 2 cents at natural gas 2% at 62 down 2,000 a point. Gold markets up 10 at 1368.70. Silver up 258 at 20.165. Copper 2.1495 down 34,000 a point. Bonds, US 10-year 1.3918 up 2,000 a point. Bond 10-year yield 0.173 down up 4,000 a point. And Germany's 10-year yield 0.279% down 2,000 a point. European US dollar 1.1085 up 1,000 a point. US dollar Japanese yen 101.34 down 36 cents. And US dollar 1.2943 down 78,000 a point. Looking at commodities. Wheat 422 and a quarter down 11 and a quarter. Soybean 1,047 and a half down 29 3 quarter 347 down 11. Sugar 12.8 down 39 cents. Coffee 142.30 down 3 and a quarter. Cotton 66 down 34 cents. 95,000 point. Cocoa 30,000 up 16. Livestock futures. Live cattle 130.35 up 10 cents. Leonard A1.35 down 1.9 cents. FT cattle 145.40. Up 1.325. Peter Jones time 12:09 on this Wednesday afternoon, and it is time for a spot report. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be taking out the Texas Rangers. Game time 7:10 p.m. at Fenway Park, Walter. New England Rovers will be taking out the New York City Football Club at 7:30 p.m. Conor McGregor became the UFC Featherweight Championship by using the fearsome fist, but in many ways he made a lot of passing opponents before they even stepped to the octagon with him. Charles Buckley doesn't like that Kevin Durant is jumping out of Golden State was gravy trade to win the title and said he doesn't feel like it, but because he didn't cheat his way into winning his career. Lionel Messi did the farmer been found guilty tax fraud with he'll serve jail term. A. Busso classified the Busso for Lionel Messi and his farmer Jorge harasser Messi guilty of 3 counts of tax fraud. London after saving 3 match points in the 4th set. Roger Federer beat it, fought the semifinals at Wimbledon for the 11th time. Rousey to beat Bernd Cilic. Peter Cello News Time is now 12:10 on this Wednesday afternoon, and it is time now for a travel report. Traveling report. Look together for the transit where this very good on the MBTA. Still on MBTA SL4 Express Mondelez in traffic. And on Cabira, passengers on Fitchburg trade 47 today. Our transfer trades at Littleton due to a mechanical issue. Fitchburg trade 4:60 12:08 p.m. inbound expected to depart Fitchburg behind schedule due to a mechanical issue. Worcester trains main express at 10-15 minute delay due to heat restrictions alert to be sent out for specific trains as needed. Framingham Worcester train 5:14 10:40 from Worcester operated 10-20 minutes behind schedule between West Natick and South Station. Please board out. Framingham Worcester train 5:14 10:40 from Worcester on the outbound platforms at Ashland South Square Station today. And please board all Worcester line trains on the inbound platforms of Wellesley Farms from West Natick Station due to track work. And now look at the highways. Here, 95 of the southbound side of Louisville before 395 in Groton, Connecticut. 130 in the eastbound side of Sulphur. Route 1 to the Jamestown Bridge. Route 4 of the southbound side, Little Soul just around. The Route 1 against it, 24 on the southbound side is Sulphur Sonnet to 79 in Fall River. Route 3 of the southbound side is sold from Plymouth down to the Sagamore Bridge. Route 6 to the westbound side is Spectre from San Antonio to the Sagamore Bridge. Gordon Bridge on the east southbound side, Little on Route 28 after Route 25. Allen, Connecticut, 91 on the southbound side, Little before Route 95, New Haven, Connecticut. Bird Parkway on the northbound side is sold from the Stamford stretch, 95 on the southbound side, also all the way after the George Washington Bridge. 95 on the northbound side, it is sold from Fort Lee, New Jersey to the George Washington Bridge. In Lincoln and Midtown tunnels are a little slow in New York City. Brooklyn Queens Expressway, eastbound side is sold from Brooklyn all the way after Long Expressway. Service Expressway on the southbound northbound side, also the Dorchester stretch. Route 3 and southbound side, so from Route 18 in Derby Street in Weymouth Hingham stretch. 120 on the northbound side, so from Route 20 Waltham all the way after Route 2 in Lexington. Route 2 on the westbound side is so from Lexington stretch. 93 on the northbound side, so from Somerville all the way to Bedford. Route 1 on the northbound side, so the Chelsea stretch. Route 2 on westbound side, also the Devon stretch. 29 on westbound side, also around Route 9 in Wellesley. I-91 on the northbound side, southbound side, so from 291 and 57 in Springfield. I-91 on the northbound side, also Northampton. Mass back on the westbound side, also the Westfield stretch. I-80 on the eastbound side, also before the American for the 3-inch negative. 101 on the eastbound side, also around the Exeter stretch. 93 on the northbound side is slow from Salem to Derry, New Hampshire. 495 on the northbound side, so from Haverhill to Route 95 in Peabody. Up in Newburyport, 95 northbound side, also on 495 Newburyport, and 128 slow from Beverly to Gloucester. I-89, the northbound side, also in the Montreal stretch. I-91 south and 89 south at the Canadian border up in Vermont. It's slow along the I-87 up in Plattsburgh, Vermont. It's slow after the Canadian border. Peter Elders on 12:13 on this Wednesday afternoon, and it is time now for a weather report. And hope you drink plenty of fluids, especially water, because it is going to be a hot one on tap. Current conditions at North Massachusetts at 12:14 p.m. 89 degrees at a few clouds. Humidity at 38%. Wind speed is calm. Barometer 20 with 83 inches. To about 60 degrees. Visibly at 10 miles. Heat index 89 degrees. Look at that current conditions around the region. It is already 90 degrees out in Boston. 38 in Beverly and Gloucester and out in Fitchburg. At 90 degrees. 8 in Bedford is 82 in Worcester. 8 in Norwin and Taunton and Bedford is 86 in Plymouth. 81 in Provincetown. It's 82 in Falmouth and Chatham. It's 84 in Martinsburg. It's 85 in Nantucket. It's 84 in Providence. 88 in Quonset. It's 82 in Blockon and Montauk. 8 in Nissel in New York City. 82 in Bridgeport and New Haven. It's 84 in Denbury and Waterbury. Edison, Hartford and Winslow and Springfield and Orange, Massachusetts. 88 in Meriden, Connecticut. It's 79 in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. 81 in North Adams, Massachusetts. 82 in Silver Springs and Albany, Connecticut. Albany, New York. It's 81 in Rutland and Bennington, Vermont, A2, and Albany, New York is A2, Lebanon, New Hampshire, and Keene, Hampshire, A4, Japan, New Hampshire, A2, and LaCroix, New Hampshire is A8, Manchester, and Nashville, New Hampshire, it's 87 degrees up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and it's 86 up in Portland, Maine. Okay, look at that. The surface map of what the country really shows. A pair of stationary fronts. One stationary front from Northern California, stretch it all the way down. Wyoming with low pressure and cold front from Wyoming, stretch it all the way up to Wisconsin with a low pressure right there. Warm front stretching from Wisconsin down from Michigan down from northwestern Ohio. Stationary front off the North Carolina coast with a low pressure right there off the Virginia coast. Stationary front from northwestern Idaho, stretching all the way up to Saskatchewan, original cold front from Saskatchewan down from Manitoba, and a stationary front from Ontario, stretching all the way up to the Canadian Maritime. From with the low pressure systems, one from southeastern California down for Gulf of California, and another one from southwestern Kansas down for the Texas Panhandle and up to northern Mexico. High pressure region in western Washington, southwestern Colorado, and off the Florida Atlantic coast. 83 degrees in Detroit, Michigan, 80 in Pittsburgh, 84 Washington, D.C., and Atlanta, Georgia, it's 88 Miami, Fort, 86 in Dallas, Texas, 89 in Brownsville, Texas, 78 in Kansas State, 80 in Omaha, Nebraska, 73 in Chicago, 76 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 61 in Great Falls, Montana, 16 in Seattle, it's 55 in San Francisco, 67 degrees in Los Angeles, it's 85 in Vegas, it's 91 in Phoenix, 79 in Albuquerque, Mexico, 78 in Salt Lake City, and 75 in Denver, Colorado. Alright. Look at the radar. New England is clear as a whistle. And we have some spotty rain showers in north of St. John, New Brunswick. And take a look at the radar, and it shows a line of rain showers and source for western Quebec about the northeastern Ontario, stretching about the northeastern Michigan. Lines of showers at the source of Missouri, stretching it out for southern Illinois, down for Indiana, and then the western Ohio, and a line of showers at source from western Virginia, down for the western North Carolina, and spotty showers at source from northern Georgia around Atlanta area, stretching it down for the Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Gulf Coast, and a line of rain showers from southeastern portions of New Mexico and west central portions of Texas, and lines of showers from the Dakotas, stretching down the northern and western portions of Wyoming, and a line of rain showers from Montana down for northern Idaho, and stretching Alberta down for Saskatchewan. Take a look at satellite loop, and it shows line of clouds stretching from Arkansas, stretching it out of Great Lakes up in Ontario down to Quebec. Line of clouds from the Dakotas, stretching it north central Rockies and down from northwestern Utah. Patchy clouds from Alberta down to Saskatchewan. The line of clouds from northern Ontario and to the northwestern of Quebec. Line of clouds off the main coast, stretching in the Canadian Maritimes. Okay, checking out tropics. Nothing going on in the Atlantic, but in the Eastern Pacific, latest on hurricane blast. Sail location 15 foot out at the north, 123.6 to the west. Back to the same winds 125 miles an hour. Movement west northwest at 12 miles an hour. And watch I blast moving west northwest. There are no close watch waters affected. 8 a.m. The center of hurricane blast will locate near latitude 15 foot out at the north, longitude 123.6 to the west. Blast is moving toward the west northwest near 12 miles an hour. This Joe motion is expected to continue over the next couple of days. Maps with same winds are near 125 miles an hour with higher gusts. Boston's a Category 3 hurricane to the San Francisco hurricane wind scale. So weakness forecast tonight and Thursday fall by. Faster rated weakening on Friday. Hurricane force winds acting downwards up to 40 miles an hour from the center of tropical storm force winds acting downwards up to 150 miles an hour. That's estimated minimum set pressure is 956 millimeters of 20.23 inches. And showers and thunderstorms associated with a broad area of low pressure located across 525 miles south-southwest of Manzanillo, Mexico. The storm some signs of degradation. Continued development of this system is expected in tropical pressure likely to form within the next couple of days while it moves westward at around 10 miles an hour. Formation chest about 40 hours high about 70%. Formation chest about 5 days high 90%. Alright, let's take a look at forecast discussion around the region, and it shows warm and dry weather day with highs of rolling and night is way from the shore. And after weather powder shows the dust sets up Thursday to the weekend. Dry weather returns early next weekend with mild seasonal temperatures. The new trip until 6 p.m. this evening. Mainly clear skies across a region and expect for a few wispy serious clouds. We will put at 14Z. Temperature is already up to the low mid-80s even at the coast with a 6-degree temperature readings in Boston and Providence and Hartford. So some locations will likely see 90 degrees by noon as previously forecast. Still expect HA5 temperature rise to 18 plus Celsius to 90 degrees Celsius this afternoon. West-northwest winds and temperature track with previous forecast. Only question rotors where weak sea breeze will kick in along the coast. Noted that winds have dropped off at Cape Boston at 14Z, which gets down to the sea breeze is started to set up. I've kept this temperature for a few hours after the temperature closer to point tonight before the sea breeze develops. Rain and forecast and track with hot to somewhat humid conditions have updated new term forecast of the rain conditions current. And we got an air quality alert. Massachusetts Department of Environment Protection has issued an air quality alert today for ground level ozone in effect from 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday. An air quality action day that means that ground level ozone concentration within the region may approach exceed unhealthy standards. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. For this afternoon, sun skies about 93 degrees, west about 7 miles an hour. For tonight, patch back after 4 a.m. watts, most coast skies at 60 degrees, southwest about 5 to 7 miles coming after midnight. Thursday, check the shots as soon as possible at 1 p.m. Some source produce every rain, patch back before 7 a.m. watts. Port size coming at 89 degrees. Cold coming at 7.5 to 8 miles that afternoon. Chest faces 30% new rain fall bounce between the 10 quarter check time as possible thunderstorms. Thursday night, sun check the shots before 2 a.m. Punch back after 5 a.m. watts. Most skies got about 68 degrees, some about 5 to 7 miles coming light variable after midnight. Chest faces 20%. Friday, check the shots from afternoon. Punch back before 8 a.m. watts. Most skies got about 82 degrees and north about 5 to 7 miles coming east in the afternoon. Chest faces 30%. Friday night, check the shots and thunderstorms, but then the shots could possibly a thunderstorm after 2 a.m. Most skies got about 64 degrees and chest faces 6%. Saturday, showers likely possibly a thunderstorm before 9 a.m. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 9 a.m. But most skies got about 72 degrees and chest faces 6%. Saturday night, chance of showers. Most skies got about 60 degrees and chest faces 40%. Sunday, parts of the podcast coming at 74 about 59 degrees. Monday, Saturday, most skies got about 60 degrees. And for Tuesday, most skies got about 82 degrees. Piers, what a phrase of the day, a hot one in store. A sweater in store. This is P. What's up? You have a good afternoon, goodbye day to you all. See you for an evening news part at either 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Have a good evening.